This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so there you have it. The British Boxing Board of Control have cancelled Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. They released a statement which goes as such. On the evening of the 4th of October 2022, the Board of British Boxing Board of Control Limited resolved that the contest between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, scheduled to take place on the 8th of October 2022, is prohibited as it is not in the interests of boxing. That was communicated to the boxers and promoters involved on the morning of the 5th of October. So this morning. So that is British Boxing Board of Control's statement. Is anybody surprised? Now, look at it this way. A couple of ways of looking at it, okay? So let's just cover them real quick. Firstly, the British Boxing Board of Control are going to be very, very nervous about getting sued if something happened to Chris Eubank Jr. Check the history. They've been sued many, many times, okay? They've had to really, really increase their response time for the medics and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, it's A-class. It really is. I've been there firsthand to witness it. So they're going to be very, very nervous if something was to happen. Even though Conor Benn passed UCAD. He's passed all UCAD testing. UCAD is what's used by the British Boxing Board of Control for British fighters, British sanctioned fights. So you could look at it and go, well, he passed their protocol, so why are they pulling the plug? He failed VADA. So far failed VADA, failed the A sample. The B sample is yet to be tested. For those who don't know, maybe you missed the previous videos, go check them out. A sample, B sample is actually the same sample. Okay, so it's 2 cups, you pee into cup A, pee into cup B at the very same time. They test A, if everything goes okay, don't need to test B. If you fail the A one, then the B sample needs to be tested in case there's a contamination with the cup for A, which is what happened with Dillian Whyte. People mentioned about Dillian Whyte's B sample, that kind of stuff. Basically, people don't know any better, they're trolling. He passed the B sample, that's how they knew that the A was contaminated with the cup, okay? So, what if Conor Benn passes the B sample? They've cancelled it for no reason, really. Now, apparently both fighters want to take place. Both fighters want this fight to take place. Now, you could look at it as well and say, but in some ways it's probably best because this is going to be weighing on the mind of Conor Benn as well, isn't it? If he feels he's totally innocent, he's going to be weighing on his mind. He's already been taken on a bigger, stronger guy than Chris Eubank Jr. He's already potentially up against it. Now he's going to have that on his mind. He could get destroyed by Chris Eubank Jr. Flip it over. What if Chris Eubank Jr. is throwing everything that he can? He's throwing the kitchen sink at Conor Benn. Conor Benn is taking the punches, marching forward, destroys Chris Eubank Jr., knocks him out. Worse, Chris Eubank Jr. And we've seen it. Michael Watson, Gerald McLennan, Nick Blackwell, the list goes on of potentially Chris Eubank Jr. could be hospitalised, disabled, put into an induced coma, maybe dies. Anything was to happen to Chris Eubank Jr., you know Chris Eubank Jr.'s dad is going to sue the hell out of the British Boxing Board of Control. Firstly, that's it, they're done, they're out of business. They can't sustain that kind of damage that Chris Eubank Sr. would do. Matchroom and Wasserman also screwed. So the best thing to do is to pull the fight. I'm not happy in the sense of I want to see the fight. A lot of you want to see the fight too. But again, we have to understand the just in cases. As I said, there's arguments that he passed all VADA, he passed all UCAD, and VADA didn't even need to be involved because there's no WBC or WBA sanctioned bout. There's no title on the line. Didn't even need to be there. But at the end of the day, somebody somewhere requested it. Both fighters signed up to it. Hey, you have to take the consequences when you set up for it. Arguably, VADA, UCAD, they should be singing off the same hymn sheet, okay? But they have certain specifics that are a little bit different from each other. In camp, out of camp, what's prohibited, what isn't. Certain substances that are on one, that are not on the other, and vice versa, okay? Anyway, British Boxing Board of Control have now cancelled the fight. You agree with it? You disagree with it? Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.